Hello everybody, I am Moldy West, and this is Crashlands 2 once again. In the last episode, we seen the effects of the wither firsthand. Plants and animals, even people, turned to powder. We also found us a slugabun egg that we don't know how to hatch yet, but somebody should be able to help us with that. I'm just gonna harvest all your panflakes here in the garden before I check in on that research I had you doing. I don't even remember what I had you researching. Dip shrooms! It was dip shrooms! You were looking into dip shrooms. Yeah. And now, you're going to further research that because I told you to. That's our next suspicious activity. And Bannigan Ranch is where we gotta go if we want to learn how to hatch our slugabun egg, and I think that's what we're doing this time. I want that egg hatched! And hatched it shall be, and my panflakes have grown nicely. Also, you got some researching done. Unfamiliar roots. Wilderness kebab. That sounds delicious. But a trowel. Okay, so we make a gardening trowel and that gets us lush fertilizer. So maybe then we'll be able to make the thing. Yeah, you finished that. We can make a new weapon, but one thing at a time. Bullish. Tusk knuckles. Ooh. New armor. I haven't even finished making my grumble armor yet. But, we need that mortar. There we go. Now I can make this guy. Assemble the fuck out of here! The grumble suit of big numbers. Oh yeah. Now that's some crit multiplier right there. And I still need a few more charge stones if I'm gonna be making that. And that needs stuff that I haven't been able to harvest just yet. But one thing at a time. Oh, a new plant chopper. What's this thing? A trunkle tusk. Right. I got murdered by trunkles in an earlier episode. That was not a fun experience. But I do need fiber. Fiber is needed if I'm gonna be making me a new tangle brush. So, grab a few more panfloritos. Oh, that needs panflorito, whatever that stuff is. This, ray roots. Ray roots ain't panflorito stuff. They don't come from panflakes. And before I go using up all my fat pads buttering these things, I've already used too much. Damn. Here I was about to grow more some popcorn trees. You know, I've been thinking them marlabones could be even tastier than they already are. Could make them appeal to even the picky palates of the Fanta and the Trunkle. I'm sensing a but. There it is. But I need a particular ingredient to improve the recipe. Dip dew. You heard of it? I'm betting it has something to do with dip shrooms. Yep. Dip dew's a sweet and sticky sap or something that's got a lot of different uses. You can eat it, but you can use it as a binder too. Never been able to harvest stuff myself on account of the dip shroom's poison cloud. Getting at it requires a special technique or tool or something. Agatha's sister, Binda, got the stuff for me when I needed it. Think you can track her down? Easy squeezies. Where's Binda at these days? Not sure exactly, though. If I had to guess, Binder's gonna be somewhere near Trunkles. She likes to watch 'em dance. Yeah, nice. Everyone likes to watch the Trunkles dance. Until they come over and murder the absolute dog shit out of you like they did to me. But what do I know? Maybe some people are better at fighting them off than I am. Also, they ain't exactly hostile until you attack them first. But one thing at a time. We're getting a lot of quests here. I want to hatch my slugabun egg and actually use that son of a bitch for combat purposes and not just material cranking. And to do that, we gotta go to Flanagan Ranch or whatever the fuck it was called. There's a ranch we gotta get to. Yeah, Bannigan Ranch. And that takes us through the Thunderfields. A place that I went to and then quickly realized I wasn't exactly cut out to venture in there yet. And here's where I found that hammer. Right. Look at that, we got some fishies here. Now, I'm not in the... Yeah, I am in the shadow. I was just on the very edge is all. Now just... There we go. Looks like we snagged us a largemouth sass. Knew I'd be fishing some of those up soon, I just didn't know it would be this soon. Now, yep. There you go. Not sure what good those largemouth sass are gonna do me, but they're sure to be put to use eventually. Now just line up there, damn you. You ain't lining up? There we are. Okay. Now then, back to business. We got a ranch that we need to get to, because I want to hatch some goddamn eggs. I also want panflake fat pads, and I need to not go wasting them making food. If we use them for the purpose I intend to use them for, then soon enough, we will be able to grow even more of our own food. Still, food happens because I do food things with them, and that's the important thing here. Also need to kill that big Ampy because he's gonna drop us some charge stones, which I need to make the rest of my grumble armor. Ooh, that shit hurts. Painful. Your big Persplodies is not so easy to dodge. Now, there you go. You get the cut. You get to fucking die if I could just have a little bit of space here. Alright. Now we got it. Okay, something just hit me. I did not realize you was there, you little turd. Why you go popping out like that? You ain't supposed to be doing that, but you did anyway, cause you're a dick, a dingus, and you're dead. Okay. Now then, ranch be this way, and panflake. Right over here. This might be a ranch, or at least close to it. Yep, we got ourselves a teleporter. We found it. We found Bannigan Ranch. And you are gonna teach me how to hatch my egg. Hey there, you. Quit your clomp stomping. I'm trying to listen. I think I hear him coming back. Clued, you hear that? Who's coming back? I swear on Marla's shoots if we get chased inside by another ding-dang ampy. Speak of the devil. Clued, disappear! Grunt. Ah, Clompy, help us take care of this varmint. Well, I was planning on it. I'm pretty good at killing these things, you see. There you go, suck on those, and stab ya. You get stabbed and cut, and then you're gonna die just like the rest of your family out in the wild. Give me your shit. Alright. Your Ampy's problem is taken care of. Now, where did you go? Are your slugabuns in there fighting each other? They look like it. Well, it's dead. Ampybara defeated. Well, how about that? Thought we scared them all off the other night, but I guess they was just getting started. Thanks for the help, Flux. And this is Juice Box. We actually came here to get some help with this slugabun egg I found near Slugabun Grotto. Nice to meet you. I'm Betty, and this here's Clued. We raise slugabuns, mostly for folks in the area, so I suppose you're in the right place. Grunt. Well, that's true, Clued. Maybe this ain't so much the right place no more. We've been having trouble with the ampies lately, much more than we ever did before. What's been going on? Maybe we can help solve your ampy problem, and if we do, maybe you can help us with this egg. Why, that'd be more than fair. You see, the ampies normally stick to the thunder fields and leave us well enough alone, but lately something has them spooked. More days than not, we'll find an ampy is busted into one of our nesting buildings. We might manage to chase them off, but they come back. Grunt. I take it Clued doesn't talk. Then when Clued does his rounds in the morning, he'll find more than one egg smashed. All those poor babies. As you might imagine, this puts a damper on our operation here. Kills it, matter of fact. So first thing to do is to check the nesting buildings again and clear out any more of them ampies that have taken up residence. Think you can handle that? Of course I can handle it. My middle name isn't pest control for nothing. Somehow I doubt your parents decided your middle name should be pest control when you popped out the pussy like that. Is this one of those nesting buildings? Yep, there's an ampy in here, all right. Get out of there, you little turd. You ain't allowed to go fucking with them eggs. Now get stabbed. I'ma shank you with this little stone dagger until you stop living. Now die. Ampy in here? Nope, that's just a potted plant. Potted plant. Ampy! Well, get out of there, you little turd biscuit. You ought to know better than that. Now, get those cuts going. Start bleeding. That takes care of the ampies in the buildings. Heard the commotion from all the way inside the house. Did you take care of the problem? Yep, and I did it with grace and style. Well, that's a relief, though. I'm still wondering just what's been causing the ampies to do this. They usually leave houses and such well enough alone. Grunt. Predators? Clued's not usually so forthcoming with people he doesn't know very well. He must be a good listener, Juice Box. Clued's mentioned predators before, but ampies ain't really prey for nothing in the mantle. Grunt. Square-shaped. Clued, the predators are square-shaped? He's been talking about a square-shaped something for weeks now. Swears he's felt rumbling in the ground. He's been hearing some chirps and beeps and boops too, but he's been overdue for getting his hearing checked. Grunt. No, you're right. You're one of the most perceptive people I know, Clued, and I apologize for implying otherwise. Grunt. Something's coming. Oh, wouldn't you know it? Square-shaped beepy boopy things. I guess it's time to kill. What in Mara's good graces are those things? They're about to be dead, that's what. Grunt! Clued's right. You two get back in the house. We'll take care of this. And hope I don't die in the process. Because you, sir, are getting cut, and you might end up hurting me if I'm not careful. But I'm pretty careful. I'm good at juking and dodging and cutting your faces right off your little bodies. There you go, that one bled to death. Odd for a mechanical creature to bleed, but I guess they got oil. Oil is like robo-blood. What were those things? I caught a stray transmission just before we wrecked them. They call themselves HR Scamp Bots. That raises more questions than it answers. That designation doesn't mean nothing to me, but I can see why the ampies would want to get away from those things. Suppose we just about owe you this ranch now, eh, Flux? No thanks. That sounds like too much responsibility. I'd take some advice on what to do with this slugabun egg, though. Fair enough. Well, first thing you gotta do is build yourself a proper nest. Not too hard, not too soft. It's gotta be just right for cradling your egg. Then you put your egg in its nest and make sure the egg is nice and comfy. If it ain't comfy, it'll have trouble hatching. If all the conditions are good, then it'll hatch after a few moons. And if you're lucky, that little critter will print right on you. Grunt. After that is Clued's favorite part. You get to show your new pal the wide world. When the slug of babies are following Clued, he'll take them to see all sorts of stuff. That's how you make sure their education is well-rounded. They need to know how to do math and science and read and write if they're gonna function in our society and not turn to making drugs just like those other slugabuns down to the south. I know we're pretty far south, but even further south, that's territory you want to steer clear from. Those motherfuckers will shoot you just for breathing the air they wanted. If and you do manage to hatch the egg, bring your pet by sometime. We'd love to meet the little guy. And we got our nest schematic. Woven nest. Hell yeah. I need some ray roots to make that though. And there should be plenty of ray blades growing around the cabin. Shouldn't be hard to get. And look at that. There's some ray blades right there. Give me your roots. Oh, and some clay. I am so glad I picked up the thing that makes clay pop out of things much more often. Ooh, yeah, you're done with that trowel. And there's that. Okay, so that's a net, a critter net. Don't know what that's good for, but I guess we'll find out. There you go. And lush fertilizer. A ground up gooey mass that is super gross, but apparently very tasty if you're a plant. Sounds good, but I need to craft stuff. That's the trowel. Its blade is made from the finest whatever you found lying on the ground. Violently explode a planted seed out of your garden, destroying it forever. Yeah, that's how we unplant things. Anyway, that nest, there's that. I still need another charge stone if I'm gonna make my grumble helmet. That will come when it comes. Dip stool! And this thing looks like meat, because it is called shroom meat. I can eat it, and it heals me. Good to know. Anyway, garden beds. And let's go ahead and plop that fucking nest down right here in Owie's room. A pop lamp would make this egg feel more at home. The egg is accustomed to being crammed in a popwood tree. I should keep it in a very small room. Okay. I want to pick that nest up. How do I do that? I want to pick up my nest, but it's not working. Well, fine. I'll just make a pop lamp and stick it next to you. I can't put you in a small room unless I build a room around you. How the fuck do I make a pop lamp again? That's a pan florch, not a pop lamp. Do I even know how to make a pop lamp? I feel like I should know. Chonk pit! Pop lamp. There we go. I'll stick a pop lamp right there next to you if it's the last thing I do. It definitely won't be the last thing I do because it's a very easy task. There you go. Okay, so I can pick you up, and then I pick my nest up. Now we can build a small egg hatching room. And I'm gonna go ahead and harvest these bad boys. And while I'm thinking about it, planting, right over here is where we will plant our popwood trees. Right there. requires a 2x2 lush garden bed. God damn it, I need 2 more of those fucking beds. What am I missing to make those? Now I'm missing the fat pads. It's always the damn fat pads. Anyway, Allie, I'm taking out the back door to your room here. We'll slap another door on that. How am I doing on floors? Completely lacking. What do you mean structures can't be perpendicular to walls? Oh, it's rotated the wrong way. How do I... not that. How do I rotate you again? There's... I want... That's not how I want you to be. That's... I want you to rotate so that you're not perpendicular to the wall anymore. But you ain't gonna fucking do that. It's just... I want to connect it to this wall, but it won't do. Let's take that wall out, put this one in, and now I can't... unable to structure configuration. Oop. That's a bit of an oopsie now, isn't it? Great. I took out the pillar. So, no, there. I need to stick another pillar there. That's what it is. Motherfucker. I thought I was done with the damn pillars, but the pillars function as the corners, and I need to kill a goddamn popwood tree. There, pillars. Now we can build this small room properly. Okay, and now the nest. Right there. Pop lamp right there. Okay, now all of your needs are met. God damn, that was a pain in the ass. Anyway, simple net, bolt slugs. You start working that wilderness kebab. You work those knuckles. I gotta go see Garden to fucking do things. Even more suspicious activity over there, but I can't do too much at once, okay? My brain just can't multitask. Give me those pan flakes. I could definitely stand to have more of those fat pads. I do want to be growing my own popwood trees. Also, dip shroom, get that lush fertilizer going. And now I got enough to make a 4th garden bed and make that 2x2 for the popwood tree seed. And then we should have a nice steady supply of popwood. Oh shit, those panflake seeds I put down seem to have run out. Didn't realize they could run out. I thought they were just there forever. Well, shit. I also don't need to track you anymore. Now, where's my fucking garden bed? There it is. I only need one more of you so that I can put ye sons of bitches down where you need to be. Right there. And with that, our popwood seed pack goes there. Okay. And I ain't got no panflake spore packs. Damn it. Also, what happened to the roof there? Can't say I approve of that change, but... well, if I expand the rest of the main room of the cabin outward, it would probably also do that and look a little more symmetrical. And I ain't got no ray roots. And I already spent too much time trying to scrape shit together and make that small room for the egg. Because of that, I'm all out of time for this episode, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching it. See you in the next one. Goodbye.